Alright guys, so this is my 1 month postpartum and my 1 month baby update. So she's currently sleeping right here in my arms. So anyways, we'll go ahead and start with the postpartum and how I'm feeling and everything like that. And then I'll get into hers. So, me, recovery-wise, so if you guys didn't watch my labor and delivery vlog that I did, little recap, I did have a vaginal birth. Ended up having a 2nd degree tear, and I had to get a couple stitches and stuff like that. So recovery the first couple of days were a little tougher than I was anticipating just because of the stitches. But other than that, it really wasn't all that bad. So I had really pretty much no issues. I feel okay in that region right now, but if I bend down, like at the knees is how I bend. I don't bend like at my back. So I crouch down using my knees to pick something up off the floor. I do feel a little sore depending on how much I did that. Like, a couple days ago we went to the store and stuff. I was looking at books. They were down lower to the ground, so I was crouched down a lot. And I really felt it that night that I was doing a lot of crouching and stuff like that. I was very sore downstairs. Otherwise, recovery has been great. Me and Tim are still holding off on everything until we get her figured out, for one, and till we get cleared by my doctor and I'm back on birth control and stuff, because we don't want another one right now. So I do plan to go on birth control. I'm not exactly thrilled about it because I think it's what messed up my body the first time, but we need to prevent another one of these from happening right away. Oh my gosh, you're so precious. But yeah, my recovery has been wonderful. I couldn't have asked for a better birth and recovery. Weight loss, so don't be shaming or anything like that, but I'm actually going to spit out my weight and everything like that. So Monday, it was September 10th, the day before my due date, 2 days before I went in to be induced, I was at 253. I started the pregnancy at, what was it? I was about 275 at the start of pregnancy, so I was quite up there in weight. I lost about 30 pounds, and then I ended up gaining 10 back. So the 30 pounds I had lost... Oh, don't cry, honey. The 30 pounds I lost in the beginning of pregnancy during the first trimester, not due to morning sickness or anything like that, because I didn't have any with her pregnancy. But I lose weight in the beginning of pregnancy. I did with Austin too. So at first when I was pregnant with Austin, my doctor was getting concerned about it, but with her we kind of knew that it was going to happen, and we just monitored it, and if precautions needed to be taken to where, like, this way I wasn't losing too much weight and putting her in jeopardy, then we would take extra measures, but it never got that far. So, again, I lost 30 pounds. I dropped down to about 245. I weighed in the day before my delivery, or 2 days before my delivery, the day before my induction. I weighed in at 253. And I got home and I weighed myself, and I was down to 232 233 area, so I had lost about 20 pounds within the first 3 or 4 days after having her. So I know 7 pounds was her, and then you had like the fluid and all that stuff, and I was retaining water towards the end. My feet and stuff were swollen like that. So the first 3 days I had lost about 20 pounds, and I weighed myself yesterday for the sake of this video, and I am down to 220. This is the lowest weight I've been in like 5 years. So that's awesome. A lot of my weight issues, don't get me wrong, I was a bigger girl beforehand, but a lot of my weight issues really started when I got diagnosed with asthma, because my doctors and stuff were not doing anything to help me maintain my asthma and get it controlled. So I was constantly on prednisone and Solu-Medrol when I would be in the hospital. There would be at least 1 week out of a month where I was admitted into the hospital due to my asthma, multiple trips to the ER to help with an asthma attack. It was really bad. So if you guys don't know, prednisone and like steroids, they make you really hungry and they make you gain weight, and that's where a lot of my weight gain had come from. Sorry, I got an hour of sleep last night because of her, but I'll get into that. So yeah, a lot of my weight gain was because of my asthma and how poorly managed it was. And then once you gain weight, it's pretty hard to lose it unless you're out running and going to the gym and stuff like that. I never had the motivation or the energy to do it because I was so heavy and because of my asthma. Once I got a new pulmonologist, he switched my one medication around, put me on a different one, and I've been great since. I haven't needed my nebulizer. My rescue inhaler lasts months upon months. The one I have, it's still not even halfway gone, and I've had it, I think, since May or June. And I used a lot of it during the pregnancy. I would take 2 puffs at night because I would feel short of breath and like tight in the chest. But that's about it. I haven't needed my nebulizer in almost a year. Like, I've been great on this medication, and it's helped with the weight loss because I'm not on that prednisone anymore all the time. She's having like a bad dream or something like that, so she gets this cry face. But moving on to her, it's been rough. So she is going to be a month old tomorrow. The day you guys are seeing this, she's a month old. Oh my gosh. So a lot of you guys know we tried breastfeeding. It didn't work out for us. The first 24 hours she did great. She latched decently okay. She did have a pretty decent tongue tie, so it was hard for her to get a good latch. And then after the first 24 hours, it just went all downhill from there. She refused to latch. Like, even in the hospital, the lactation consultants and stuff, they couldn't get her to latch at all. She was just not having it. So we were supplementing with formula, and I decided that breastfeeding wasn't for us, that I would wait, or that I would pump for her and everything like that. And I was pumping every time she fed, and I was only getting maybe 2 ounces a day. It was pretty hard, so pumping has since stopped. I stopped about at 2 weeks. So she was still getting 1 bottle of breast milk a day, which was more than I was planning on after the whole latching situation. So I was happy she was at least getting some nutrition for me. Otherwise, she's formula fed. So formula, we had started her on the Similac Advanced, like the blue can. It wasn't the actual Similac, it was like the generic, like the Walmart brand. Oh, excuse me. But she was spitting up on that, so I ended up switching her to the Parents' Choice Sensitive, and she did better on that. So her pediatrician, after we saw her for the first time, she gave us a prescription for WIC for the Similac Sensitive. This way, we didn't have to go through with the blue can and the Similac Advanced and stuff like that, so we got put straight onto the Similac Sensitive. We had tried the Gentle because we saw that it was made more for gassy babies, and again, this is the Parents' Choice. They said it was compared to the Enfamil Gentilies. So we tried her on that, and she was just not doing good on it. I don't think she was getting full off of it, and it wasn't helping with her gas. It was pretty rough. So her pediatrician has her on soy formula right now. Again, Parents' Choice brand. If we buy it, it's going to be the Parents' Choice. If it's through WIC or something, it's going to end up being the Similac. So right now she's on soy, and I have 9 cans of the Similac Sensitive that I don't have a use for. So I need to get a hold of the WIC office after we figure out if she's going to remain on soy. And see what we can do about that, because it's for the whole month of October, and I haven't even gotten to use any of it because she can't do the sensitive anymore. So her pediatrician is thinking that she has some form of reflux and that she has some form of milk allergy. So that's why she put her on the soy formula, to see how she handles with it. She's been very, very constipated. It's been very hard on her. She has so much trouble going to the bathroom and stuff, and I feel so bad because there's literally nothing I can do to help her. So, again, she's on the soy, see how she does on that. We have a pediatrician next Wednesday appointment, next Wednesday, to check her out on the soy. She'll have been on it for almost 2 weeks. See how she's doing on that, if she's still going to the bathroom and stuff with problems. Her pediatrician thinks we might have to switch to an even more broken down formula, which it's Alimentum, I think is how you pronounce it. It's the purple can of Similac, and it's quite pricey. Obviously I would get about 9 cans through WIC, and then the rest we would have to purchase. So I would have to see if Parents' Choice has a generic form of that, like the Parents' Choice brand. Otherwise, I mean, obviously we would get the Similac if need be, but their cans are so small. So one of the big tubs of the Parents' Choice brand lasts us a little over, if not a week and a half. So at least 1 week we get out of a big tub. It's like 22 or something like that ounces, compared to the 12-ounce cans. So, oh really? So we're still trying to figure everything out. She is getting put on Zantac because of the reflux. So when we had her in there this morning, we fed her and stuff, and she burped, and the pediatrician was looking in her mouth when she burped. She saw some stuff come up and then it went right back down. So she thinks that the reflux is giving her some heartburn. So she suggested that we get a rock and play for sleeping because she doesn't do the bassinet, because it is harder, like it is a harder surface, and it obviously it's flat, so it's not helping her or anything like that. Oh my gosh. So, as soon as she told us to get a rock and play, that it was going to be the best investment of our lives with her, I looked right at Tim. I was like, I told you we needed a rock and play, and he just kept the whole pregnancy. He's like, well, you don't need a rock and play. If you get a rock and play, then you're going to sell the swing or the bouncer, and blah, blah, blah. So, you know. But we have that coming, and if it works out, if it helps her to where she can sleep in the rock and play and not on my chest, that would be great. And if that is the case, then I will sell the one swing that we have, or try to, because it just, there's so much crap in our bedroom right now. The bouncer's in there, the swing's in there, and the rock and play would be in there. So it's just, I don't know. There's so much stuff in there. Plus we already have 2 swings, so we'll sell the one. I'm trying to sell the bassinet right now because she doesn't use it. It's literally storing diapers right now. I'm selling a few bits, odds, and ends that she doesn't have. Anyways, back to her. So hopefully the Zantac helps and the rock and play helps, because last night she slept 2 half-hour intervals. Hers actually might have been closer to 45 minutes. So when she's awake and she's unhappy, I will come into her room with her and let Tim sleep and stuff like that, because he goes to work. I can stay home and nap with her and get stuff done when I can around the house. So I let Tim sleep as much as he can. He does help out, don't get me wrong, but I let him sleep as much as he can. So this morning she woke up. It was about 2 o'clock she woke up, and she was screaming. She went back down around 4-ish. And she was back up at 4:30, 4:45, something like that. And then she went back down about 5:50-ish. And then she was back up, probably not even half an hour later. So I've only gotten like an hour of sleep last night. I did just wake up from a nap with her. But yeah, it was pretty hard last night. And the time that she was awake, she was screaming. So it was almost like 7-8 hours of her screaming non-stop. I was at my breaking point. I had nothing else I could try to calm her down besides getting her dressed, getting her in her car seat, and going for a drive. That helped until the car stopped and got turned off. So Tim had a doctor's appointment this morning at 8:30. We got her in the car. She fell asleep. We no sooner got to the hospital parking lot and turned off the car, and she was awake. She just didn't want to sleep. Finally, when we got home from her pediatrician appointment, I rocked her to sleep, and she took a nap. She woke up, ate, and she's back out. So she really wore herself out this morning, and just hopefully we can get this figured out, because most nights end up like that, where she screams for hours and hours and hours, and I try everything I can. I try to give her gas drops, Tylenol, Constipation Ease, Mommy's Plus Constipation Ease. I try her tummy time. I try her on her back. I try her sitting up. I try her rocking her, bouncing her. swaying with her. I try laying her in her crib and letting her look at her mobile. I've tried, like, calming music on YouTube. Bicycle legs, like leg crunches where you take their legs at the same time up to her belly, back and forth. I've tried belly massages, I've tried back pats, I've tried burping and feeding, and nothing's helping. So hopefully we can get this figured out soon and she can start sleeping better at night and we can get her nights and days flipped. And hopefully Mommy can get some sanity back because, like I said, I was at my breaking point this morning. I was in tears with her. There was nothing I could do to help her, and I felt awful. I felt like I was failing her because I couldn't get her calmed down. And yes, I know I'm not failing, that I'm doing everything I can, that she was just having a really bad night, but it's still that feeling that I had. And Tim woke up, he came in here with me, and he was reassuring me and everything like that. Anyways, she is weighing at 8 pounds, 15 ounces this morning. So she's gaining weight like a weed. She was 7'6" when she was born, a month ago, so... What the heck is that? There you go. So she has gained weight substantially. The WIC office actually told me I was overfeeding her, but I'm feeding her like I should, and they figured that out. But let's see, how else is she doing? She has gotten her tongue tied clipped, and she's been sticking her tongue out and stuff like that. So the 2 weeks before she got it clipped, we never saw her tongue unless she was crying. She couldn't stick it out at all. And then 3 days after we got it clipped, she's been sticking it out. She just does the cutest little things with her tongue. So we've finally got that fixed. She loves her Wubba Nubs. She doesn't like the Dr. Brown's ones. She doesn't like the pacifiers of the Dr. Brown's. So I think I'm going to try and get some of the Avent nipples. I think that's what's on these pretty much. So I'm going to get some of those and see if I can get them on the Dr. Brown's pacifier holders. If not, then I'll most likely try to sell those and stuff because she's just not having it. These are the only pacifiers that she will take. Doesn't necessarily have to have the stuffed animal on it. I'm sure she would take just the pacifier, but it's literally the only pacifier shape that she will take. So, yeah. I ordered her another Wubba Nub, so she now has 4. And I'm hoping to order her 2 or 3 more for Christmas. So she's at that age where she's starting to smile and everything like that at certain things we say. So I was scrolling down through Amazon looking for Wubba Nubs to get her. And I was asking her, do you want a duck? Do you want the frog? Do you want the monkey? Do you want a lion? Just naming off a whole bunch of them. And I got to the lobster. And I was like, honey, do you want the lobster? And she gave me the cutest, biggest smile. So she's for sure getting the lobster for Christmas. They just came out with another plain, all pink, like piglet. And I'm torn between getting her that or the pink elephant. I'm hoping to get her all 3, but we'll see. She's in size 1 diapers. She will only also take the Avent bottles. She won't take any other bottles. It's got to be... I just dropped her Wubba Nub on the floor. It's got to be the Avent bottles. So This is literally the only kind she'll take. I did get her to take a couple smaller nipple sizes. I just got a few cheap, like 97-cent Walmart ones. And she was having so much issues with those. She kept losing the formula down her chin. And she wasn't really even getting all that much out and into her belly. It was all going down her face. I also tried the Parents' Choice. It was a 3-pack for like $5, and still, same thing. Even though the nipples were wider on those, she still wasn't having it. So the Avent is all that she'll take. So I have 7 of the 4-ounce bottles that I got through like the Target registry bags and stuff like that. And then I have a pack of 4 of purple 9-ounce Avent bottles and a pack of 5 of the clear Avent 9-ounce bottles. So we've got that. What else is there? Trying to think of other things that I'm missing. She has grown out of her newborn clothes, so she's in her 0 to 3 month clothes. She's at that awkward stage. Newborn's too small. 0 to 3 is slightly too big on some brands. The Gerber onesies fit her pretty good on 0 to 3 months. Sleepers, she's a little too short for, so her feet don't go down into the feetie, like into the footies. 100%. But I don't know, she's just at that awkward stage. So we're just growing and hoping that she feels better soon, but it's too far down. We've got a hand. I'm going to go ahead and end this video. I have someone coming to buy a couple of bottles that she won't use. But yeah, so as soon as someone comes to get those, I'm probably going to lay back down with her, get a little bit more sleep, because Mom was running on fumes. Oh, my hand fell asleep. See if I can show you guys her beforehand, though. Here she is. She's amazing when she's sleeping, but when she's awake, she's a firecracker, because she very rarely has awake times where she's happy right now because she's in pain, or just uncomfortable, and she's screaming if she's awake most of the time. Oh, my hand went so numb. Come on, honey. You're just as much as part of this channel as I am now. So we are going to go ahead and end this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope this helps anybody out. I don't know if it will, and sorry if I rambled on about stupid things that didn't need to be in this video, but mom life. And I've been doing very minimal editing lately just because of her and stuff like that. So this is just all one take, raw, unfiltered, unedited video pretty much. So me and this little cutie are gonna go and relax. And try to enjoy the day. So come here, honey. Come here. I know. But we will see you guys all next time. Say bye. Say... Oh, she gave you guys a thumbs up. That was so cute. Alright. Bye-bye.